Okay. So today is a new day, of course, and I'm in a good mood. I'm very hyper. I have this huge book of animators, different types of animators who work in different types of animation, because there's different types of animation. And I just wanted to go through it because people need to know how crazy we are. You know, animators are insane. So let me lower this camera. I should get a better setup, honestly, but you know, I'm not sponsored. I should be, right? This has a nice story, a very beautiful story that made me cry. When I was working with Home Goods, despite not liking that job, and it was literally making me miserable, one of my bosses, she was really, really cool and very misunderstood. But, she asked me, like, what's my passion? And I was like, animation. I love it. I'm studying it. She's like, she gave me some words of encouragement. She's like, I know you're going to do great. You're going to go far. And remember that this job is just a stepping stone. Okay. And I was like, you're right. And thank you so much. Like, I forgot what I told her, but I'm sure I said something significant. And the next day she bought me this book. And I was like, whoa, like, I wasn't expecting that. Thank you. Like, and she was like, yeah, like, I believe in you. And I was like, oh my God, like, literally thinking about it is making me like tear up. But yeah, this is a book I got like 3 years ago. And funny enough, it was from Chronicle Books, which I didn't recognize back then, but now I do. So anyways, this book is insane. All right, this book is crazy. So, I don't even know what's going on here. Like, this is some. You know what? I should just face it your way. I can see it backwards. Funny enough. So this is an elephant zebra thing that someone made, and it has a third eye. I don't know what's going on. And this is the context page, the contents. So I like the way they did this. It's very animation-like. It's very visual. It goes crazy. So these are different artists, different animation artists. And it's really big. So there's a lot. This guy looks pretty cool. So who's this? Oh, this is introduction. And here they have a journaling project, which I have one of those. I don't think I've ever showed it, actually. I should. I gotta find it, though. It's somewhere. Everyone's sketchbooks. Oh my God, they have like tons of sketchbooks. Yeah, that's life. The stress of having such precious cargo. And now we have some weird bird, naked birds, naked woman, naked man. I can't tell. Like, I think it's a man with maybe, no, I don't know. Doesn't matter to me. Who's this? Wait, let's talk about them. Nancy Andrews. So Nancy Andrews likes collage. And Nancy Andrews, what type of animator is she? Well, I can't read it, sorry. But interesting artwork. Spider, a moth, a cricket. More spiders. A crow. some eye owls. Kind of disconcerting for me. And now we go to another person, Lily Carr. And her stuff is kind of cute. What's your passion, huh? Whatever, baby. Yeah, this stuff is cute. This is like journaling project. Thank you. Yeah, this is I love this journaling concept. The sketchbook. Basically, you get a blank sketchbook, and it's called the Sketchbook Project. And each page, each 2 pages, like the folds, one artist draws, and then they pass it to another artist, and then it keeps going until it's filled up. And I did this with a bunch of my friends, and it's just so cool what came out of it. And it's like a fun, easy project. This is really cool. I like this. And now we go to Martha Collinburn, who likes to scrap stuff and collage. Very interesting. Different. There's Jesus involved. That's cool. She's very political. I can tell by her content. She has someone with PTSD. And that's why I love animation. Animators. Ooh, she's also a stop motion animator. That's cool. Now, Lewis Cook. Lewis Cook has a he's a traditional animator. 2D. And you can tell by the storyboarding, because this is what that is. It's his sequence. Interesting style. I don't know what to call it. It's like I don't know. It's kind of like that video from, was it Tool? I don't remember. I don't know. Like early 2000s, maybe, there was this video that was animated, but it was like really hard to watch because it was like, it was gross because the guy was like putting nails in his nose and shit. I don't remember what it was, but like I couldn't watch it because I'm a chicken. But anyways, very interesting collage art that he's collected. He has fingerprints from somewhere. He has a person, he's a potato. I don't know what this is, a bird. Good to know that I'm not the only crazy one that's collecting random shit and making it into art. Cool. I'm not the only one. Suzanne Dakin. Cool. Hard to see her little sketches, but they're really cute, and I can't understand her writing. Is this the same? No, okay, that's what I thought. This is actually really cool, like so this is like a plan for the animation. So who's this? Joe Dre, a woman maybe? She or a man, I don't know. She's basically telling what the bird is going to do in the animation, and that's something I do a lot in my stories in animation storyboarding, because like sometimes you forget what the animation needs to look like. And also, this line work is sort of similar to mine. Not exactly, but similar. Do you have more art? Yeah. But we're not the same here, but like in the beginning, like black and white, that's usually my go-to inking. And this is not anywhere related to what I do. But cool though. Ooh, Paul Dryzen. So, it's hard to tell what he has. Let me see. Love, hate. This is like a small cartoon comic. And then he turns it into some bigger. Yeah. Don't, please. I know you want attention. Here, I'm gonna put you over here. So yeah, he starts really tiny and then he makes it semi-medium, and then I haven't seen his final work, but like, cool. All right, I'm petting you. Felix Dufour Laperi, I can't say his name, but he drew the Titanic, which is a really nice render. That's some like really nice line work. Oh wait, no. Is this the Titanic or Luciana? There's two different ones that sunk, right? I don't know. Ooh, this is cool. Storyboard sequence shots. And then this I really like right here, because like from this angle it looks like skulls, but it's different to the viewer. So this is really nice. I actually like that idea. This is all ink. There's something about ink that tells a story. Like it's a language, at least to me. Like when I see it, I'm like, this is like secret. It's really weird. Very impactful. Actually, this work here is very like impactful to me, especially with the warplanes. You know, like, and then the people holding each other. You know, the thing about animators, we notice a lot more than we're more emotional. I think we're an emotional being, and what happens around us we notice more, like the details and the impact, because like I feel like we're really aware of everything. Who's this? Adam Elliott. Claymation. So he drew it out 2D and then he made the claymation, and claymation's so much fun. I love it. I wish I had the budget to do it. I've seen his work actually, because I remember this dog. And then Janie. She does animation with layering and composition. Cool. Which I've done not very often. And then Philippe Gammatipapalus. I think the Grammaticapalus. His work is a little. I can tell right away by his lines that he has some psychological things that he's processing. Some nightmare. Yeah. Interesting. Perrier Luc. Very interesting styles. Very cool. Brent Green. Brent Green is something, his work is something that I would avoid because it has a lot of dark themes for me, like heavy themes. Yeah, I don't want to look at this. Anyways, Laura Heath. Her stuff is cool. Someone's house is on fire. Interesting. I like her characters, like the face. Who's this? Oh. Isabel. And she has some very cool Star Girls. Very interesting. Oh, she's the one that did the elephant. Influenced by Indian culture, maybe Tibetan. And also the style. I'm trying to put words to it. This style is kind of like a, I can't see, I know what it is, but I can't think of it. This is from like some other thing. I can't remember. The cobbler and something. There's like a really old animation. Let me look it up actually. Let's see what it is. How did you get that highlighter? You butt. No, I don't want Stephen Colbert. I'm putting the cobbler. Freak. Oh, I was spelling cobbler wrong. The Thief and the Cobbler, but not, because apparently there's one from 1993. Or is it the same one? Oh yeah, it is the same one. Okay. Yeah, The Thief and the Cobbler, kind of. Like, I don't know why. I'm going to write it down. It's like it, but it's inverted. I don't know how to explain that. Don Hertzfield. His name sounds really familiar. What is this? I need to see what this is. Oh, he's putting action to clouds. Oh my god, you're crazy. This is insane. Oh, wait a minute. Is this who I think it is? Don Hertzfeld? Oh my god, let me see. Rejected cartoons? Oh my god, it is. Okay. If you haven't seen his work, it's Rejected Cartoons, right? He makes me laugh. I'm gonna have to look at this later. But Yeah, his work is significant to me. Like, oh my god. I have to write this down. I didn't even know he was in this book. I haven't like taken the time to look at this book until today, actually. I mean, I perused it. Oh, poop. So, but now I know. Yeah, his work, Reject the Cartoons. He has a character where they're all singing, they're like biscuits or something, and they're singing like this beautiful song. They're like la la la. And then one guy's anus starts bleeding and he's just bleeding profusely and he's like, "My anus is bleeding." All right, sorry. Yeah, this is totally him. I love it. Steven Hilberg is very grotesque, you know, but it's not like a bad type. Somewhere over the Midwest, very crazy lines. Chris Hinton. Artichoke. I like his watercolor. Jonathan Hodgson. I can't say his name. Likes drawing people. People watching. Stephen Irwin has a very cute bear design. Interesting. Gets political too in his art. Ooh. Avish Kebrethzadeh. I like her animal drawings, actually. I like the manatee. I want to pet one and swim with one. That's a goal I have. Oh God, what is it? She planned out the animation cycles, but her way of doing it is very technical. Actually, it's kind of interesting. Might help me. I'm actually going to save this. But for me, I'm more visual, so it doesn't... It's not confusing. It's just like I wouldn't do it that way if I was showing someone how to do animation. But this is the technical portion of animation, what you don't see when somebody is rendering in Maya. They're doing curves and graphs, and the curves and graphs affect your animation, how fluid they are, and it's really, really complex. Most people think like people like poop out like clean animation, but it's more complex than anyone who hasn't lived and sacrificed their life to the animation lord would know. Yeah, it's this is basically what we see when we're trying to fix the animation. It's pretty crazy. I haven't touched Maya in years, and I really don't want to for a very long time, because it's also very heavy and it crashes all the time. Frank Krause. This reminds me of my friend, her type of style. Let me take a picture. I'm going to send it to her. All right. Yeah, one of my friends, she has a very interesting style, and I really like her work. Oh, this is so cute. So sequence of animation. No in-betweens, just like major poses. unless she wants it to look like this, like you can also do that too without the in-betweens. So basically in animation, because I have to teach you, because this is my life, the more in-betweens you have, the more fluid it's going to look, the more realistic, the less it's going to be blocky. Okay. But that is also a technique for animating. So there's nothing wrong with that. You know, also drawing in betweens and like it's a lot of work. That's why I prefer stop motion animation to 2D animation. I like her designs. Raymond Krume, very dynamic. This is a certain type of figure drawing. I forgot what it was called. I don't know. It's like action figure drawing, something like that. I can't remember. Having a brain fart. Simon Massey, I like his line work. Wow. Oh, no wonder he's Hispanic. Mm-hmm. Ah, he is actually really organized. I like that. I'm going to steal this from him. So from just looking at his storyboarding, let me see if I can read it because it's in Spanish. So from the left part, he has thumbnails of the animation, right? And then on the middle, he has the title and what's happening. Oh, he's not Hispanic. He is Italian. Yeah. Yeah, because I was reading this and I was like, this is Italian. This is not Spanish. Anyways, so he has the camera on the next. Is this a column or is this a column? I can't remember. Whatever. So he has the camera angles. Zoom fermo. I don't know what that is. Maybe hard zoom. Yeah, hard zoom. Panoramic zoom. Hard panoramic. This is actually what I need right here. And then the durations, the durata of each scene, right? 50 seconds. I don't know what these little lines mean because that means like inches to me, but I know he's not talking about inches. Whatever. And then the sound. Wow, this is actually really freaking smart. Yeah, I'm taking this. And then status. I don't know what status applies to. Like if he's already done it, I guess. And then this I can't read. Scan. I don't know what this is. Oh, maybe. This might be the scans and the numbers. It goes up to the 2000s. Oof, baby. And he has some word that I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to take a picture of this. This is actually really great. Somebody. Crazy. Yeah, you have to be organized in animation. The only reason why I passed animation was because I was so organized. Like I went crazy with scene sequences. Like I literally had a notebook where I would write each number of each scene, and that was in the 3000s. So I sat there and manually wrote until 3000s. That was crazy. Those were the days. Anyways, he has some cool artwork style. His style is like etching. Why is this guy taking off his pants? What is he doing? I don't know. So like his work is kind of like a etch, like a black etch with like crayons underneath. That's actually really cool. You know, have you ever done that where you get crayons and you color it and then you put black crayon all over it and then you scratch it? That's exactly what he's done for his animation style. And that's insane, um, because he has 2,000 scenes of doing that. And this looks hand made. That's dedication there. See, that's why I say we're insane. We're like literally insane. Like we're crazy. Miwa Matrayek. She is a animation composition artist. What is the history of this society? Cute style. And now we have Florence Mailiha, inspired by Picasso, definitely. You can tell. Florence is French. Yeah. And she's a bit messy. You know, if I were to try to read what she's trying to say, I would get really confused. Which is fun. Like, if you're making your art, you understand yourself, right? And there's some boobies. Very nice. Ooh, Mirai Mizue. Japanese. Ooh, oh, girl, this is... My animation is the same as music. Isn't that cool? Yes, I totally agree with that. And I like her art, especially this right here. I have a piece like this, actually, in one of my sketchbooks. Very nice. It kind of reminds me of cells, too. She's done children's programs. Interesting. I wonder if the kids are really confused. Like, what is this? That'd be hilarious, though. David O'Reilly, he is a 3D animator. Simple geometric 3D design, but super cute. Also, it reminds me of Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. Because of the applause and the way it's set up. Oh my god. So this is his method of setting up his animation and keeping track of his animation, and it's a lot. You see, like, this is a lot of work for what people see, like the end result. Like when people tell me you studied animation, I'm like, yeah, you don't even freaking know the tears of sadness that I had to go through. Okay. Osbert Parker, very LA noir kind of style. Yeah, 1950s. Very interesting. Not really my thing. I mean, it's cool, but it's like, eh. Not to be mean. Pirat Parn. It's a lot. Interesting. This is cool. I like this one. Michaela Palfatova. Well, Michaela took me by surprise. She has a bunch of sex things happening. Oh God, never mind. We can't show this. I'm sorry. I apologize. She has some weird, really weird stuff in there. Regina Pasilla. I like the style. Her composition and her lighting are really good. Like really nice. Reminds me of In Flames, actually. The cover of one of their albums. Very cool style. I like it. David Polinsky. Wow. Very good portrait artist with pen. That's hard to do. I can't do that. I mean, I probably can, but it's not my like thing. But like this whole rendering is just his lines, like scribbles. Like you can see it, right? Like that's amazing. And also he's very political. Yeah, he's from Jerusalem. That makes sense. What's with Bashir? Something I have to look at. Jeff Shear, thank God something lighter to look at. These are watercolor and yeah, watercolor. Very cool. Nice. Allison Shalink. I like this right here. This is cool. Interesting design. Oh, she does clay too. Oof. She has some interesting clay designs, and I think someone I know would like this. George Schwitzgebel. Interesting. Marine Selwood. Simple, but cool. And Dash Swan, Parents' Bed. Cool. David Shrigley. His art is really, really interesting and simple, but like it's really effective. It reminds me of Super Meat Boy and also this social impact game that I can't remember. You're such a little butt. You're a butt. Yeah. Cat Solon. Ooh, she's really good at. Stop! You're making too much noise. She's really good at architecture, design, like layout. I'm not very good at that because I can't draw straight lines. So, you know, I ain't about that. Stacy Steers is composition. Or collage or whatever you want to call it. I like it. I like this one right here, actually. This is nice. I'm going to save this. Steven Subotnik. He does jellyfish art too, so that's cool. Very nice, simple design, nature drawings. Interesting. Chris Sullivan, charcoal on line paper, which is very messy. I'm just imagining the smudges. Malcolm Sutherland, he has a really popular style that is coming out. Oh, he has some birdie drawings. I like it. Pretty crazy. Animators are crazy. They're insane. Yeah, he's insane. He drew all this. How many little tiny detailed drawings are there? Oh my god. I'm not even gonna try to guess. Like I think like 200, 300. And I guessed anyways. Gym trainer, Korean. That's interesting. Read 3 week. Oh, that's cool. Very deep. Paul Bester. Suspend dans la nuit. Sans lune. French. Abstract. J.J. Billard. Definitely American. Yeah, he has Toys R Us, yeah. I thought so. But his work is pretty cool, though. Like, even... It's iconic. His Target, Toys R Us, Ghost, Space Coast, Coast to Coast, whatever he was called. Haywire, I don't know who that is. Shell White. I like that name, Shell. Photography? Yeah. Photography and animation. That's crazy. That's cool. Well, this is not photography. This is obviously her putting her face on a scanner and photocopying it, but Rune Rake. What is this? Some kind of meat man. I like this a lot, actually. This is cool. Koji Yamamura. Very loose concepts, like this is something that he can only understand what it's relating to. Like the other work that I've seen, you know, I can grasp what they're trying to show, but with his work, only he knows what he's doing. You know, it's like he's in his own mind, his own little world. This one, though, this is really cool. See, like with this, like, you know, he has time, but like I can't explain it. But here, his more rendered stuff, like his more completed stuff, I can understand. Like this one is kind of interesting. His render of the watch is really nice. I love elephants. They're so sweet. I would love to hug an elephant. That's another goal of mine. And that's it. Like, that was cool. I liked it a lot. I wish I would have taken the time, but I own it, so I could always go back. Yeah, so, ooh, it's raining. So animators are insane. Like, literally, like, we're crazy. And that's the beauty of it. We can be legally insane as animators. This is really heavy. So yeah, so in animation in Maya, I'll give you the step-by-step how it works. What are you doing? You're like, Jonathan's like doing acrobatics. Anyways, he's going crazy. So animation begins as a thought, an idea, concept. It could be really abstract, like a fat bird or something. I don't know. And then obviously you develop that. You develop that idea. You develop it, and you keep it as a. I mean, depending on your style, but like for me, it's like a thought. That'd be really cool. Hold on, I'm gonna. Gently. Come over here. Ow. He does it on purpose. He knows. He freaking knows. All right. He freaking does it on purpose, I swear. He's so cute. Anyways, so I'll just bring up one of the animations that I had to do for school that I forgot what the concept was because it was classwork. Anyways, I can't remember because it was probably something bullshit, something like really like blasé or basic. So I had to make it interesting for myself, or else, I wouldn't have done it. So I decided to make an animation about the Humane Society, which is like an adoption thing for animals in Florida, in Miami. So anyways, so the concept, I got the terms from the class, like what was required to pass. And then from there, I developed the idea of how it's going to look. I'm going to beat him up. And I decided to develop the idea. So the first thing that I did was, write the major points, like the bullet points, like this emotion has to be here, and people have to feel this and this and this, and the resolution. And then from there, I decided with the style, since I'm visual, which was just inking, cartoon design, black and white. And then from there, it was storyboarding, paper, 2D, major scenes. Because this was a blocky stop motion. I wasn't going to take thousands and thousands of pictures to make it fluid, because that would just kill me. I had a time limit of a week. So then after the storyboard, we had the sequence, storyboard sequence. And then it came to actually doing the stop motion animation. And I was like, how do I do this? Because I'm a broke bitch. I can't afford any supplies. Because, you know, obviously, are you eating that plant? Being a mom is a blessing, you know, like I just have to remind myself that sometimes. Anyways, so yes, I was a broke bitch and I had no supplies. And I was like, well, how am I going to make this animation, you know, decent? And what I decided to do was a pseudo kind of stop motion animation where I drew my characters, the scenes, actually, my characters mainly in Photoshop, exactly the way I wanted it with like ink. Then I made the sequence animation of each character. The sequence had a cat, right, walking, sitting, you know, drew it in Photoshop. He's distracting me. I'm sorry. Like he's like in everything right now. If you break something, I'm gonna throw you out in the rain. Gently. Anyways, I won't abandon him. I'm just gonna throw him out there, and then I'll bring him back in. Gently. 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 All right, he's ignoring me. So anyways, so I got the sequence of the animation on Photoshop. I drew each and everything. The cat walking, you know, moving its paws front, back, and ears, right? And then with the character, which was a woman, you know, I kept her basic because, you know, drawing someone walking is harder for me than drawing an animal. And, you know, just her basic scenes. And I have it somewhere. I hope I have it saved because I love it. One of my favorite pieces that I made. So then I printed it out, cut it out, put it on foam board, put a toothpick in it so I could move it, you know, because that was also an issue with stop motion. Like you can't have your fingers in it unless you want the style to be that way. So printed those out and then developed the whole environment. You're looking at, I have short arms. So developed the whole background, which was physical, which was made out of the same foam board. And what I did was I used black tape, black electrical tape to make it look like ink, right? So it was like basically like this really cool design where it looked like it was actually a 2D thing, but it was actually 3D, meant to look like 2D. Like, do you get that? I know I'm a genius when it comes to animation. Anyways, so I made the whole physical environment, which I love. Like, I love doing that. And also made it so that where, you know, just being smart, I would have a 2D background to make it look 3D, you know. So I had like several different elements going on. And the whole animation was basically a cat walking, I swear to God, gently. If you make a mess of my paperwork, I'm gonna murder you. Gently. Anyways, so it was this cat who was walking in the rain in a neighborhood. He was, you know, very sad looking because he was abandoned. And he ends up going to a window and he's looking through the window and he sees a girl crying. She's alone. And he decides to enter her life. Like she brings him in. And then, you know, she was happy because she had someone to talk to someone to support her, an animal, support animal. And he was happy because he got adopted. And at the end, it was adopt an animal, something, something, so you won't be lonely, something like that. And then I had the logo, and my teacher loved it. She was like, this is amazing. And I was like, yeah, because I worked my ass off making this thing within a week, which was like working nonstop because I was a perfectionist and I never wanted to miss a deadline and had to get A's. And as soon as she gave it to me, I was already like, that was fun though. I think I really enjoy stop motion animation. Not that I don't enjoy animation in general. There's more of a connection for me as a visual artist, to put my hand in it and physically make it. Because clicking a mouse is kind of, it's a different energy. I mean, everything I make is meaningful. Like, we had to make this other thing, and I was like really pissed off about it. Like, I was like, this is so fucking dumb. We had to make several short animations for this prestigious international hotel where all these rich people went. And I was like, why am I entertaining these? I'm just going to say it blatantly, these fucking people while I'm here fucking broke as fuck. Like, they want free work from students. Like, basically that was my mindset. Oh, so that we're students and you're going to take our work and use it and promote it for your business, but you don't want to give us some money. Like, they make billions of dollars. Just give us like $500. Wow. So I was fucking pissed off. And I was like, I really don't want to do what they're telling me to do. So I'm going to fucking do it, like a slap in the face to them, but they won't know. So anyways, one of the things that I designed was a traditional Native American animation, 2D animation in After Effects. This was for Thanksgiving, okay? So I secretly was like, this is what you did to the Native Americans, like, but nobody caught that. And then they put it on this giant screen in this hotel where people come in like every day. And like, when I went to go see it, I was like, bitch. Anyways, so yeah, super like detailed, like stop motion animation, not stop motion, sorry, After Effects animation. Very beautiful design, very colorful and meaningful to me as an animator, because I didn't want to do anything that wasn't meaningful to me, just because they were like, oh, you won't pass if you don't do the prompt, and I was like, I don't give a shit. Like, I don't fucking care. And I still passed because my teacher loved me. So we're actually still friends. He's really cool. So, I did that to slap these elitist. And then I made another one that was really fun, which I never did before, which was a isometric design. Isometric is like when it's at an angle, it's a specific angle. I think it's like 30 degrees. So everything you design is going to be at a 30-degree angle. And that was fun. That one came out really nice. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do because I was like, I really don't care about the subject matter. But, I made it fun. And then there was another one I did. But I half-assed that one. I was really exhausted at that point. I was like, so tired. They were really demanding. They wanted like 4 different animations within a certain amount of time. And I was like, why am I even doing this for these people? They're not giving us any money. They can go fuck themselves. So I was like, I don't care if I get a C. So that was fun. And we had it in, I have pictures, and I ended up in Brickle magazine, which is pretentious, right? But that's a good memory for me. And after that, I graduated because that was like the last class. I'm just reminiscing about my college and how what an anarchist I was at the end of it. In the beginning, I was like really shy, and I just wanted to get straight A's. And then in the middle of it, I had my mental breakdown, and then I was like, fuck these people, fuck everyone. Like, I'm just gonna fucking do whatever I wanted. So by the second to third year, I really wanted to do an internship, but they were telling, the school was like, you can't have an internship. You're not allowed to. And I was like, excuse me, you're fucking telling me that I can't educate myself? I was like, that doesn't work for me. Okay. And they're like, yeah, you won't get any credit. So it's going to be a waste of time. And I was like, it's not a waste of time to me. You obviously don't understand what it means. Okay. And I literally like threw it in their face where I got this internship, because they provided us with internships and they were all bullshit. And I was like, no, this is not up to my standard. These internships are bullshit. I'm going to get my own. And I found like one of the best internships that I could, which was with University of Miami under Leanne Tran. And they were telling me it's not going to count because you have to wait until your last year when you're ready. And I was like, like, I was literally like, I'm going to destroy these people. Like, that's literally what I did anyways. I was like, I'm done with this bullshit. Like, I'm really done with this bullshit. So anyways, I got the internship and I loved it, but I couldn't handle it because I just got out of the hospital and I had severe PTSD and paranoia because of it, how the way I was treated. So I couldn't function at all, at my capacity when I'm an artist. So I had to just walk away from it, which was really painful at the time. But I still remember everything she taught me. And, obviously now I use it. So I got that internship. I did part of it. It didn't count towards anything that the school wanted, but I learned a lot of shit. So I was like, it was a good play, And then I got this internship through the school that counted as credit, and I hated it. It was okay. The people that I did the internship with they're really sweet. They're a small family business, and I love them. Like, they're great. But as a learning experience for someone like me, it was very profit based. So I had no passion for it. Like, I'm always passionate wherever I go, but me on a spiritual level, I was just like bored. Like, I was like, I don't want to do this for anything. Like, I don't want to do this just because it makes money. Like, I wasn't interested in that. I was just doing it as a learning experience. They're really sweet. Like, I love them. I love their kid. Their kid's name is Journey. And I thought that was really cute. Like, but for someone like me as an animator, it was nothing that I really brought with me. I use more of what I learned from Leanne Tran than anything. So yeah, just thinking about the school, they made a mistake, right? They made several mistakes. Their first mistake was thinking that all animators are stupid, which a lot of people make. A lot of people make when I tell them I'm an artist or an animator, right? Second mistake they did was abuse their power with people with disabilities. Third mistake they did was steal money from the federal government. Fourth mistake they did was abuse their power as teachers and as women in positions of power. And fifth mistake they did was mess with me. Guess how that turned out for them. They had to claim bankruptcy and change to nonprofit status. And I'm sure they don't exist now because of Corona. Did I have a hand in that? I would say yes, possibly. But yeah, they fucked up. Especially after I had my mental breakdown, like I was like, I don't have anything to fear anymore. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, no one's gonna fucking stop me. And they were trying to play their same cards, you know, the same game of manipulation after that. And I was like, you obviously don't know what I went through. So now you're gonna taste karma. But yeah, that was fun. I did make a lot of friends. You know, we had a lot of laughs. And none of those friends are my friends now because I don't want to be mean, but I outgrew them in an emotional way, an emotional level. But there, you know, we had good times, you know. I'm not bitter about them being my friends or anything. Overall, good experience, minus the mental breakdowns out of stress, you know, and being broke all the time and being literally hungry, you know, going to school starving and staying there from 8 in the morning till 12 at night. That was fucking murder. And literally, there were times where it's like a study day, like on the weekends, you could stay there 24 hours. I would bring a sleeping bag, do my work, and then knock out, then wake up, then do my work, and then go to sleep, and then be exhausted for the work week. Because I was also working, because my parents had no money. So I was trying to get honors in school and college, working my ass off at school, then working a job, exhausted, like barely functioning, then going to school after work. No wonder I had a mental breakdown. But there was nothing I could do because like I literally had no choice. If I didn't work, I couldn't buy supplies, which I was barely managing to buy those supplies because they were fucking ridiculous. And if I didn't work, I couldn't eat like one meal because that's all I could afford. So I literally had no choice. And then my parents were like, "You're super surprised. She had a mental breakdown? Duh." Like, I literally had to go from Miami to downtown on the bus, on the train, walk to school at like 5 in the morning, take classes that were 4 hours each,